If it looks sinister, if it sounds sexy, if it feels dangerous, odds are it's noir. Film noir is crime with a twist. It exploded many of the rules of classic Hollywood. The bad guy could be the leading man. A film's style might be more significant than its substance, and things didn't always turn out all right in the end. They may have been in black and white, but nothing in these films was simply black or white. Lots of complicated motives and no guarantee of getting out alive. So what makes a film noir? For some, it's all about the look, the shadows, the style, the allure of the dark side. For others, it's about the stories, desperate people driven to do dangerous things.
I don't want to die.
Neither do I, baby, but if I have to, I'm gonna die last.
For filmmakers, it was a chance to go places once off limits and test the boundaries of what movies could do. The public had grown up during World War II.
How do you know he won't talk?
He needs the dough. He's just out of the army with a wife on his hands.
These people were ready for what film noir had to offer. Smarter, savvier, more realistic views of human nature and the world in which they lived. And it was exciting for everybody in Hollywood, for directors who were looking to make more powerful, pungent movies, for actors who wanted to perform it, for cinematographers who wanted to show what they could do, creating incredible patterns of light and shadow unlike anything seen in Hollywood movies before. And the writers who wrote noir loved it because the stories didn't have to end happily ever after. They could explore much darker and deeper motivations. The dialogue was so incredibly colorful. It's an American vernacular speech that had never been heard before on American movie screens.
I've kept forgetting to tell you that you shouldn't kiss a girl when you're wearing that gun. Leaves a bruise.
Noir is also a collision of legitimate society and the underworld. In these films, you travel from the ritzy penthouses and nightclubs down to the gutter with sleazy dives and guys hanging out in Fleabag hotels, but somehow the lives of all these characters are going to intersect. And that's where all the drama is.
The night of the new moon, a fit night for sin and corruption.
Film noir also ushered in a whole new generation of incredibly sexy actors and actresses. And audiences loved seeing really, really beautiful, smart, sexy people doing really bad things on screen.
Going someplace, sweetie?
Two actors who are synonymous with film noir are Humphrey Bogart, who basically started everything, playing Sam Spade in The Maltese Falcon,
Thanks, darling.
and Robert Mitchum, who was the coolest actor in the history of Hollywood, who when he made his films in the 1940s wasn't considered to be that great an actor. He was so relaxed and so laconic. He was like the original jazz cat, pep cat. At the time, people thought he just couldn't act, but it was just that he was so far ahead of the curve. He was just being this character on screen. He wasn't pretending. He really was that cool.
Well, let's go down the bar. You can cool off while we try to impress each other.
And there is just no way to overlook the everlasting appeal of film noir, because all these movies were made at the point when America had reached its zenith of style. People dressed up as a matter of routine. Men wore fabulous double-breasted suits and snap-brim fedoras, and the women had gorgeous evening gowns. Then when you had those clothes and outfits on Ava Gardner and Rita Hayworth and Burt Lancaster and Robert Mitchum, nobody had ever seen actors this sexy on a movie screen. Everything was the best it had ever been. The clothes, the cars, the nightclubs, the music, everything just worked perfectly to create this fantastic, dark, menacing world that the world was actually ready for now.
Who do you think you are? You can't stop me. Nothing will stop me.
I've spent almost half my life writing about these films, as well as restoring and preserving them. And nothing makes me happier than being able to introduce them to a new generation of viewers. If you're the least bit noir curious, if you wonder about those old black and white movies with the cocktails and the snap brim fedoras and all that sassy dialogue, do yourself a favor. Turn one of them on, pull up a seat, pour yourself a drink, and suffer with style. Look for me in the shadows all month long on HBO Max.